Stream 1 is good. Stream 2 is good. Hey, audio's on too. Hey, attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and/or its affiliate and subordinate ministries and/or nonprofits. Some of this content may be adult in nature, so please use discretion while watching with the kids. Good morning, Springfield and surrounding areas and everywhere in the world. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay, with your hosts, Matt and Jay, and two invisible men, Bo and Peep. They're sheep farmers. So, today...
What are they doing here? Are we helping them find their lost sheep or something?
Yeah, because their sheep are invisible too, so it can be really rough.
Rough.
Yeah. Well, that's what the wolf said.
And the sheepdog.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Wolves don't say rough.
No,
they say grrr and ow.
I love that drum beat. Barney uses.
I love. Yeah, he needs to play a lot more.
And I've heard him talking, saying, "Oh yeah, I could have done it better."
You know, there are lesser drummers playing better than him because he doesn't get the opportunity they do to play.
Yeah,
and that's not fair to him because he is a drummer.
Hey, so you want to go ahead on the spinner?
What are we doing?
Change it. Well, yeah, change it. So go down to where it is on the bar below.
This?
Yeah, right click it. Title editor. There you go. Browse is the bottom of the picture on the right, where it says browse in the middle of the middle right.
There it is.
Yeah, browse. So, and you have to go to desktop to find it. Find the globe. That's the Axe Television.
The desktop?
Yep, desktop.
Excellent.
Yep, look for the orange globe. So we're yeah, there you go. Now it sticks out. Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
We're there, bro.
Bam. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody on board with us today. Today's really cool. The Morning Drive, best motorcycle camping gear.
Yes. And while you do that, while you familiarize yourself with that, I am going to like and share these videos.
That's what I'm doing right now. Now I have to pull up my Facebook on
Facebook
on my phone as well, because for some reason this thing is not and it's
so my son was going to come and live and stay with us, and I was really excited about that, although I didn't know really how we would pull that off comfortably. And then he's looking for apartments. He thinks he found something in his range, and I'm just saying congratulations to you, and I really hope that works out. If you do want me to come and look at it, I would be glad to do so, as long as it's at a time that I'm free.
Yeah. And I got to share this too. I got to love it and share it. Love it, share it, do it. So I got a friend of mine that's working like 80 hours a week, on the phones most of the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, because from home. And, she's a counselor. She's a therapist, like counselor for the state. And she is telling me that, now they have all these calls that she has to make, signing people up for Medicare and stuff like that. So I am looking for this on here, and I cannot find it.
I found it on mine. I think they're putting a limit on it.
You think so?
Yep. Only a certain number of people can find it. You know what I mean? Once they find it actively live streaming on there, that's the limit of people that can find it. Because yesterday I was here, it was broadcasting, everybody else was watching it live. The streams were all working properly, and it would not come up on mine until 28 minutes after the hour.
Really? On Facebook or YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah. So we got Susan Burrows. Good morning. It's good to see you. We're glad you're here with us today. All right. So I'm going to go to this article that Jay has sent me this morning.
Yeah.
I I love it when you get on an emoji binge there. You're
Ah,
just like, emoji, 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 emoji.
did you see the continuity of them?
You know what? Let me go back to that. Goofy glasses, crazy face, tongue face, closed tongue face, one eyebrow up, smile, and another. That was a full 360 degrees there. That's I mean, that's some people have personalities just like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is from GloboSurf, is where this article comes from. 10 best motorcycle camping gear, which when we say motorcycle camping gear, we mean riding a motorcycle and camping.
Yeah.
It's you, me, the wind on our faces. Now, I don't know if I talked about this yesterday, but I rode your motorcycle day before yesterday.
Yes.
And I can tell people I laid it over.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I mean, I gently laid it down on the ground.
Yeah, I've had to do that.
Yeah.
I don't do it so gently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have a bad back. I don't.
Yeah, once it gets to a certain point, I just got to let it go.
Yeah. But I made sure that I just tried my best to keep it from crashing onto the ground. It was, well, I was stopped. And in my defense, that's a whole lot of bike.
Yeah.
That is a whole lot of bike. 1,300 cc's, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's twice what my bike, whenever I get it running, when we get it running, is going to be.
They're built really tough.
Yeah.
It is a motor vehicle, and it's built like a motor vehicle.
Because
they are tough.
It's built like it needs to withstand being laid over.
They build them tough. Yep. Now, you crash it, it's like anything else, it's going to be broken. And maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, I remember we were sitting outside the old offices and, sitting in the morning waiting for, waiting to go in. And, we were finishing our nicotine products, or I was waiting for you. And you're like, did you not just see me lay that bike over in the parking lot? I guess you were doing, what were you doing? Emergency stops or something?
Yep.
And laid it over. Wow.
Yeah, that was a bad one. But the pavement was slick, and I was practicing emergency stops, and my rear wheel broke loose. It broke traction.
Yeah.
So then it slides out in front of you.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, I probably won't ever. I won't ride it. Like if it rains, I'm not going to ride it for.
Those are the most important times to practice. You just don't want to push it. You want to find out the limits carefully and safely. So you push the limit a little bit until you find out where you start to lose control, and you're not fully lost control at that point. And so you regain control, and then you understand that when it's raining and I'm on a surface like this, these are my limits. And then so you translate that into the following distance from the vehicle in front of you. You're aware, look, if something happens at this point, I am not going to stop. I will not be able to maintain control of this vehicle. Right. And so you start to translate that into how you drive in traffic. Now, one of the worst things about riding in traffic, I should say, because it is different and it is not the same.
Yeah.
One of the things about riding in traffic is that if you keep the proper following distance, people will tailgate you within a car length behind you, which is very uncomfortable. Then once they finally have induced enough suffering upon you because they know it's making you uncomfortable, then they punch their accelerator, split the lane, so they're, in other words, not fully over the line when they pass you. Yeah. And then cut right back in front of you within a car length. And this is like 8 out of 10 cars, literally. And I've counted them who will do this. If you try to go the speed limit and follow the right distance from the car in front of you, so they'll tailgate you for a little while to make you as uncomfortable as possible. Then they'll split the lane past you, cut you off and run you. Now they're in front of you within a car length, and you can't see the road or any debris in the road in front of you.
Right.
So it's very unsafe.
Yeah.
It's not that riding the motorcycle is unsafe, because now you've learned your limits and you're trying to practice those things so that you can be safe. But they take away the elements that you need in order to maintain a safe ride. So the way I deal with that is I go a little faster than the speed of traffic. What that does is it allows me to not to decide who's in front of me and how close they are.
Right.
Then when the real speeders come along and they're really flying and they're real aggressive, they're going to tailgate you and do that. You can better pick a space where you can get out of their path and let them pass you in a way that keeps you in a safe ride. You know what I mean? So you can accelerate up through traffic and find a space that's big enough for you to get in where you can still see the road in front of you, get into that space and let them go past.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it. And I haven't gotten a ticket for it yet, though I don't know that I wouldn't get one. I'm sure there are police out there who will give you tickets for that, but that puts you in a very unsafe position because that's exactly how 8 out of 10 drivers will go. If you go the speed limit in a motorcycle, 8 out of 10 drivers will tailgate you, split your lane past you. Not all of them split the lane. Not all 8 will split the lane past you.
Right.
But they will.
The frustrated ones will.
Yeah. And then they cut you off, get right back in front of you. And that's probably 7 out of 10 of them that do that. And probably 6 or 5 out of 10 will split your lane very aggressively.
Really? Man,
Yep.
people just, they don't look at motorcycles as a necessity to be on the road.
There's a misconception that motorcycles brake better, they turn better, that they just perform better than cars in every way, which the only way that a motorcycle performs better than a car is in acceleration. That's the only way.
Other than that,
cars turn better, cars brake better, cars keep you safer if you are in an accident. You know, all of those things are just misconceptions of the public.
Yeah. So, and being back on that, like if you're going on a motorcycle camping trip, there's some things that you need.
Yes.
Well, I mean, first of all, if you plan on camping outside, you're going to need these things.
Yep.
And these are Globo Surf's. Connor McElroy was the editor of this article, and this is their pick of what the gear you need. Yeah. Now they've got a motorcycle. They got a tent that sleeps you and your motorcycle.
It's called a garage. Yep.
I did not know that. A Vuz Moto waterproof motorcycle tent.
Yeah.
So, and those really,
it's pretty cool.
And they're really not that expensive.
And some of them are pretty lightweight. I think I saw one 7 pounds. Here's the thing, though. These are great. If you're working on your own bike, it's probably not quite necessary. And if it's a daily rider and all that, and you're riding the bike every day, it's going to get scratched up and dinged up. And, you know, you can't really keep it safe. This is basically to keep rain off of it. Well, and probably to keep it close to you so that somebody can't quietly steal it.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things. I say, you know, a gun probably weighs about the same amount as that excess canvas that you're going to have to carry around.
Yeah.
And somebody tries to steal your bike, shoot them. Or hold them at gunpoint until the police get there.
Yeah. Facebook's probably going to get us for that one. That's in defense. I'm sorry. We don't say shoot them. We say
in defense of your property.
Eliminate the threat.
By whatever means necessary.
Yep.
So understanding what's necessary. And we'll skip that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get a tent like this because my ultimate goal is that I would like to do a little bit more hiking out and more wild camping where you can't really take the motorcycle, at least that I have.
Right.
So I need to find a way to make
Although it looks cool. It is pretty cool.
Very cool.
So, yeah, I wouldn't think, I mean, I guess because if you got your tent set up, you're not going to really need, and you'll have all your gear in your tent with you. So you really don't need a garage.
No.
But one thing that could be good for is if it's cold.
All your gear can go in there too.
Yeah. But if it's cold, you can have your motorcycle under there, and the warmth from the motor for a little bit will, I guess, warm the tent up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because, hey, you know, those exhausts get really, really, really hot. So you got a break pulled up. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Enter the talent contest at Axe Fest. $10 entry, $50 to winner. Axe Media Group.
Your sandwich was so limited.
Your sandwich had a lot of butt.
-1, -1,
and we're back.
-2. No, sorry. My bad. So next up on our list, which I guess this would really mainly only work if you had a trailer, because in
This one would,
This
or
one would.
if you have a partner. So one person can carry the tent and the other person can carry the cook gear.
yeah, and it's the you need a cook set,
Yeah.
and the one that they picked it consists of 4 bowls,
Yeah.
4 plates, 3 pots, or maybe that's 3 pots, 3 cook pots.
Yep.
And forks and knives.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cool. And again, another really well.
Now you can actually go to it, right? So let's click
Yeah.
that. And here's the thing is I want to worry more about weight at this point because I would like to get a little further down the trail. And with my back, I'm limited on that, but I would like to be able to go at least a little ways out into the wild.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the weight because it's from a different website. Oh, features.
So it's $119.95 for that cook set.
Yep. The cookware is aluminum, Teflon coated, non-stick. 3L pot, 2L pot, 2 lids,
I don't see a weight,
frying pan. Weight is 3 pounds, 10 ounces.
which is pretty heavy. That's half the weight of an entire tent.
Yeah.
So that's pretty heavy. But like I said, if you're going with 4 people, one person carries the cook set, another person carries the tent, which for 4 people, it's going to be a pretty big tent.
But you carry a smaller cook set. You carry
very
a tiny
small.
one.
And that's what I was going to say about this. So you can put this together with 2 plates, 2 cups, 2 pieces of silverware. You can probably then fit your cook stove and your burner in there. So now it's a multi-purpose thing. So it's going to contain more. So it's all self-contained, but it's full with the whole set together. But if you've got just 2 people, you want the big pot because in order to cook, you got to have more stuff in the pot.
Yeah, if you're cooking for more than one person.
But if you have 2 plates and 2 cups, then you can put your burner and your stove and your fuel in there. So now you're combining things. It's a multi-purpose, right? And that's a way you can do it to save weight. And then somebody else carries the tent, like I said.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that route, but in this article there are other stuff that I think are probably more.
Yeah, like this next one is a Trailhead plus 20 degrees Fahrenheit ultralight mummy bag.
Yeah.
Now they go into rate this particular brand of mummy bag, which
Teton
is
Sports.
Yeah. And it's basically just an ad for that particular mummy bag. Innovative insulation gives warmth without bulk. The temperature rating is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Anti-snag zippers are easy to close from inside and outside the bag. And a 7SD diamond rip stop spell, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So
it's good for spring and fall.
It's 87 by 32 inches shoulders, and then by 22 inches foot. The weight is 2.9 pounds. See, it's got the weights on these. I didn't even.
Which is pretty good. That's probably half or less of the weight of my sleeping bag.
Yeah. And then next thing you need, ultimate folding pocket stove.
Oh, I thought you were looking at that tent next. Oh, that's one. Okay.
Yeah, you scroll on down and it's got a description of them. Like further on.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Oh, okay. I see it.
A pocket stove. That looks interesting. Constructed from durable galvanized steel with the stability to fold down in a small compact size. As ultralight folding pocket stove features 2 selectable cooking grades, and is suitable for use with cups and pans. So I'm gonna go to this and have a look at it because that's kind of cool looking.
The pocket stove.
Yeah.
Those are great. The type of fuel that we're talking about right there, though, once you open it, it's going to stink up your pack and everything in it. It's very stinky. So you have to have a way to store it that's going to keep that out of everything. And it'll go right through a plastic bag. You can double the plastic bag up, and depending on how long you're out, it's going to
still stick up.
leach into everything.
Because it's basically like kerosene, right?
Sort of, yeah, but I think it's even
Now
smaller in its molecular design.
Now,
the fumes
do you
are.
still use your little homemade burners?
Yep.
Which are really, really cool. You know what? We should do a video.
I probably used it 30 times.
We need to do a video of you making one of those.
You know what we need to do is a video of a gear review for the gear that I do have that I've taken it and talk about where I've gone with it. And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
We should get a hold of
And
whoever
why I
owns it.
haven't been able to go places that I want to go, because it's very good gear. It has really suited me and served me very, very, very well. But you can't go down the trail very far because it's too heavy. For me, it is.
Yeah.
So that's the next step, is if I want to go down the trail a little ways, and I do, I'd like to see more wildlife and peace and quiet.
And there's all kinds of pocket stoves.
Yeah, and that's a good thing about looking up stuff like this, is you start to get more interested in the different styles and stuff they have.
Yeah, and these are cool.
And then you start to look at the reviews and actually read them,
Yeah.
and you hear people who have used them for the same purposes you want to. Now, right now, our purpose is to find a place to park and camp right there next to the bikes.
Now they make boxes, metal boxes that you can put that stove in, that seal.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
So they, yeah, because everybody who's used them knows.
yeah.
Why does my sleeping bag stink like a...
Folding stove, windscreen, and mess tent, working with the solid fuel tablets for backpacking, camping, hunting, emergency cooking, and survival. So it's a pocket stove with the folding stove, windscreen,
Uh-huh.
and mess tin. And it's basically a tin box that closes it up, and so that should keep it out of your bag.
Yeah.
So this is exciting stuff. I mean, I am kind of super excited about getting the carburetor back together.
Yeah.
I still have to take the other side apart.
You got to get some parts.
I got to get some parts because,
That'll probably take 2 weeks
yeah,
at least.
unless I just use that one that they had.
I wouldn't. I would go first to some of the mechanics and see if they've got a spare one.
Yeah.
They may have.
All right.
Tell them you'll give them $25, $35 for it.
Yeah.
They might dig a little deeper in that can to find the right part.
Now here's a flashlight, and it's
Very important.
the Fenix PD35 TAC flashlight is number 5 on the list.
Oh,
So
we got to do.
another commercial.
We'll be right back before we talk about the flashlight.
Yep. Oh, was
We're
that the last? Was that the
Nope,
last commercial?
we got one more.
Oh, you got the one that Beautiful You is a sponsor of the $100 giveaway.
Yeah.
Dennis says, "Who is slow today?" I said, "Wow, it's kind of slow in here today because we haven't jumped up more than 4
I imagine a lot of people aren't interested in motorcycle camping.
Hmm.
We are.
Well, you know, people are fickle. You know, people.
I imagine a lot of them can't find it too. Like
Yeah,
I couldn't find it
That's
yesterday.
the only thing I could think of. So
Well, and some of our more faithful listeners and viewers are going through some pretty serious issues right now.
yeah,
Really serious. And you need to pray for Larry Melton and his wife, Becky, right?
Yeah.
Because
no, Jackie.
Jackie, sorry. Sorry, very sorry, Jackie.
It's all right.
They're going through a really rough, and the worst thing is they don't really know what to expect here in the coming days. Pray for healing there,
Yes, absolutely.
physical healing.
Get something that's waterproof, flashlight wise.
Yeah, waterproof.
And you're right. One that can go that can mount to your head or clip to the bill of your hat.
Yes,
Like the one you have, you can flip the clip around and it clips to the bill of your hat. Well, I've got the same one.
I do, and it damages the hat, the bill.
Yeah.
The clip is too tight for it.
So you need a good flashlight, put it on your bill.
Yep.
And here's one, Static V sleeping pad. Now you've got a sleeping pad that's self-inflating.
Which I like. I've heard reviews on these.
Yeah.
By people that I watch on YouTube who do the camping and the
Mhm.
hiking. And they say that these are very, very good insulators. They insulate you from the ground. They're very comfortable unless you're a side sleeper. that little bony hip will find the ground.
Yeah.
That's why I like the inflatable foam, though the inflatable foam ones are heavier. So hiking any real distance, those few ounces make a difference, especially when you add it up across all your gear.
Yeah. So it weighs 1 pound.
Yeah. See,
The flashlight that we were talking about weighs it doesn't have a weight. It should have a weight.
it does somewhere if you look through
Yeah.
the different reviews. Now here,
The up next, this is something that not a lot of people would really think about.
right,
That is necessary.
and I don't have it.
No, you use a soda can.
Crush a soda can and put it under. Yes. Yep.
And it is a motorcycle kickstand pad. And that's so your kickstand doesn't sink into the mud.
Yes, because it will.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to go back to our Facebook show.
And the problem is having one ahead of time. See, this fits on your keychain too, which is important because you find yourself at a place where you're ready to camp and you're there and there's mud everywhere and soft ground.
Yeah.
And now you're on your bike needing to put it on your kickstand in order to find something to put under your kickstand so it doesn't sink. You see the conundrum, right?
Yeah.
You're just standing there with your bike. You can't set it on the kickstand because it's going to sink
Right.
and fall over. So you want to prepare and have this ahead of time.
Yeah. So, so that's something that you don't really think of, and they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
And they fit right in your packet. And it's only 2.29 ounces.
Yep.
So the reason they give these is because the weights is because when you're riding, there's like a max. You got to find out what weight you're comfortable carrying.
Yeah.
And also, you don't want your bike being off to where like you barely give it gas and it, will pop a wheelie because then, that's counterproductive.
That's not very likely on a cruiser, really.
That's true. They're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Now, next is really, really important, it's a power solar charger.
Yes.
Now, you've got one of these.
I do have.
Does it fold open?
It does fold open. It has 4 panels.
And does it work well?
It works, which means it works well. If it works at all, it works well. If you can charge a large capacity battery with the sun. The problem is with these is that if your battery on your if your stored battery power in this is lower than the power on your phone, it will take the power from your phone until they're even.
Oh.
And it takes 2 days to fully charge it at least.
With the sun.
And that's with 4 panels. My recommendation is to get a good high capacity charger that you can actually jumpstart your motorcycle with. That's big enough for that. Use it. And then they have these roll up solar panels that are actually bigger and more efficient. And something like that. I haven't tried it yet, but that's really what I'm looking at as maybe a better alternative to this, because this is very heavy. And I must say the one that I have, it charged every device that I used during my trip twice. Fully charged them twice, 2 days before it was too low to charge anything.
And that's without having the panels open.
That's without having the panels open, yes.
Yeah, this one here is a 10,000 milliamp battery.
Yeah.
It can fully charge an iPhone 8 approximately 3 times from 0 to 100%, regardless of your camping location.
So when I build my when I build my saddlebags, I'm going to have a charging strip in it and charge it from the actual motorcycle.
Really?
So that I'll have in my saddlebags, the camera gear and stuff that needs charged will go in there, plugged in, and charge while I'm traveling.
Now, you guys may not find, a folding bathtub would be great.
Yeah.
Dennis says, that sounds.
Yeah, you get stinky.
Yeah. Is there a folding bathtub?
Probably.
Like, I know there's a folding shower where you fill it with water and hang it from a tree.
Yeah, they do, and they're practically weightless
but
because
baby wipes,
you run the water out of them. And
personal cleansing cloths work too.
Yeah.
So you got to
and that's what I bring.
What do they call that? Well, we won't say what they call it, but it's
Hygiene.
hygiene. Yeah, you gotta get in and
And we've got to go to our last commercial, so we'll be right back after these messages.
wash the vital smelling. Dennis rolls in with the 55-inch TV. That's what he says you should bring.
Yes, you should.
Now, me personally, I'm working on, I'm going to figure in a guitar.
Yes.
And so
you're going to need a high sissy bar, which on your bike is easy to get. It's easy
Really?
to do. Yeah.
a lot of
Because your sissy bar comes off separate from the seat.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It also gets you leverage. See, I can't get my bike up by myself. I have to have help. So, but you have if you have a tall sissy bar, that gives you leverage against the weight.
Yeah.
And the road holds most of the weight, even when you're picking it up, because it's still on the ground.
Susan Burrows says, I carry several folding items out camping. Cup for drinking,
They're
wash
lightweight
pan
too.
for doing dishes and washing items.
And that's the way to go. I thought they showed
Dennis says
one on here.
grand piano.
I thought they showed one of those on here.
No,
Yep. It comes up in the next two.
it would have to be a baby grand if you want to carry it at all.
Yep.
I mean, a baby grand is like 800 or 900 pounds.
Now, battery storage is good if you're traveling and you can hook it up to your motorcycle and charge it that way while you're actually riding. That's fine.
Yep.
You don't need the solar.
Right.
But I think it's an interesting concept, and I like it and want to try it.
Now, here is number 9 on our list is a 24-ounce lightweight wide mouth trail series cup.
Yeah.
So that's good. Considered to be 25% lighter than usual, and it's probably made of lightweight wide mouth trail series features stainless steel, 18 by 8, 18 divided by 8, whatever that is. Pro-grade stainless steel walls, intentionally thin to reduce weight while maintaining the durability factor. So get you a good durable thing. Now here's
that's unnecessary, and they're a lot of weight. You can drink hot Kool-Aid. You can drink hot water. If the sun's heated your stuff up, it's not as pleasant.
a parachute so you can jump off of cliffs.
Hey, what are you trying to say there, Dennis?
I think he's
Is
trying
he saying to go jump off a cliff? I'm in. I'd like to. I wish I could have done that a long time ago. The landing's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's that sudden stop at the end. It's not the fall that kills you.
Yeah.
And then next is going to be the last, number 10 on our list. A GSI Outdoors collapsible fair share mug.
Yeah. I think this is the right food gear to get, except for the cook pot.
Yeah.
Because it collapses, so it takes up very little space, and it's lightweight.
Now they have cook pots for one person that are smaller, and then the utensils store inside of it.
Yeah.
And it's got a handle, and I think you can switch the handle from one to the other.
Yeah.
And it's a small enough you could use it for cooking. You ate ramen a lot on the road, didn't you?
Always.
Because it's light and it's
And a can of chicken.
and it fills you up.
Yep.
So now I can't eat ramen because it stops right here.
Oh.
I love the taste of ramen, but I can literally feel it moving through my body.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard. I guess if you chewed them up, took longer to chew them up.
Yep.
Instead of swallowing strings of ramen that long.
Yeah.
That's
Now they sell lightweight bags of pre-made food that are just fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a gourmet meal.
Talking about MRE type.
Yep. But not MRE. They're actually gourmet, made to enjoy, not just to keep you alive.
Right.
Now you can get those. They take up a lot of space, but they are not a lot of weight. And then your issue is water, because they all take water.
Oh yeah, I see. So everything's dehydrated.
Yep.
They last longer that way.
That's really a good way to go. They're also expensive.
Yeah.
But it is a really good way to go. You can
Yeah.
really enjoy that.
Now you could vacuum seal your own food.
Yep.
Like they do with the MREs.
Yep.
You just get yourself a vacuum sealer.
If you dry it, yeah.
And Susan says, I have that cooking pot with all the necessary items inside. Good for one person. And Dennis Everson says, just eat bugs from the side of the road, and then you don't have to carry them. Free protein.
Yep. Well, you talked about it. I have that little burning stove that I made. It's an
Mhm.
alcohol stove, so I carry a container of alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
That's
have the little
designed
cook stove.
to carry alcohol and
Yep.
fuels.
I took a bean can, the small bean cans. They're like 9 ounces or something.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect height that I cut some V's out of it and spread them a little ways, and it fits tightly down inside my Stanley Cook pot. Then the alcohol burner goes down inside of that. Then I have a cup that goes down inside of that, which I don't need anymore because Barney gave me one of these collapsible ones.
Nice.
And so then I put a sponge for washing and cleaning and a little bit of soap in there in a container, a soft container that's flexible. So then I put that on the lid on that, and then I've got everything I need in there to cook and clean my food. Cook my food and clean my gear.
That's it. That is cool.
Yeah. So you'll kind of do that. You see these packages that they put together like that cook set. And once you're out there, it's just, you start to say, well, now I don't have room for anything I need because I've got this. And you start to figure out better ways to kind of put it together. Now, a lot of them have great parts of the designs, and that's what attracts you to them.
Yeah.
But then the whole system, as it's designed, isn't quite adequate. Or is more adequate than what you need and takes up space that you could use for something else. So you start to put stuff together.
And keeping one of those little pocket stoves in an emergency kit in your car.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
Well, and denatured alcohol in the right container. You want to put it in the right container.
You don't want to
it will last in your car pretty much indefinitely.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to have in your car.
It smells pretty pungent if you open it, though.
Yep. And I think out of my container, which is half a liter or something like that, it cooked probably 10 meals and 10 cups of coffee before I ran out. And I didn't run fully out. So it'll do quite a bit.
So let's do a real quick rundown before it's time for us to stop. Okay, so this is what you need for motorcycle camping: waterproof motorcycle tent, cooking set, sleeping bag, pocket stove, flashlight, sleeping pad, motorcycle kickstand, a mobile charger, a water bottle, a mug, and cutlery.
Yeah.
So, and you can carry a tent with the rest of your luggage.
Did we play that last commercial?
No.
We did not.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot.
We'll be right back.
Yep. And we're back, only to get ready to go ahead and get out of here. Be sure and tune in next for Penny for Your Thoughts, and I think it's just Dana today. Followed by her show that she pre-records and edits and everything called Wisdom for Today. So sit tight. Just remember that last commercial was talking about the person that sponsored this week's $100 giveaway. So you got to like and follow for your chance to be drawn.
To be entered into the drawing, yes.
Yep. So until then, all right, let me say this right. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. So like I said, be sure and tune in next for Penny for Your Thoughts, followed by Wisdom for Today. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
And this has been
The
Morning
Morning Drive.
Drive.